1, 2, 3. Yes.
Hey guys, TK1138 here in my workshop in Pell City, Alabama. Where is Pell City, Alabama, you might ask? It's nowhere. But the important thing is, it is within 2 hours of the SENC, which is based in Atlanta, and that is where you will find me most of the times. Anyway, I know it's been a little while since I've generated like a new video that wasn't gameplay footage, so here I am, and I'm back. Today I get the privilege of doing a video I've been meaning to do for months. The reason I haven't? Because I haven't had the money to. But that finally changed, and today I get to explain one of my favorite blasters, the FDL2. So Jesse has actually been in my squad, Tech Squad, and I actually have some footage back to my channel. I'll post a little bit of it here of him and I playing together, using his FDL2 and whatever I'm carrying at the time, which lately has been my Rapid Strike. But today I've got my hands on my own FDL2, and not just any FDL2. This is actually a prototype, the FDL2 Plus, which Jesse just talked about in a video, I'll link it down below, of what exactly the Plus means. It really is the first major overhaul and modification or change internally to the FDL2 design. It does feature a stock attachment point and my quintessential black and white colors, so I really appreciate that, Jesse. Now, the FDL2 Plus features a different sort of pusher motor. It has been, traditionally, a stepper motor, which is great, but has a torque curve fallout when you start getting up to really high rates of fire. This new DC pusher motor is able to achieve a lot higher rotations. So instead of the 7 or 8 darts per second that we were seeing with the traditional FDL2, this one is capable of firing about 12 or 13 rounds per second at full auto with the pusher all the way cranked up. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of that in a minute. The other cool thing that we get to see on this is Jesse's put in some really cool little red flywheel motors in there, little touch of the dark side as he calls it, and I absolutely love it. This thing does have some different software because of the different pusher mechanisms, so it's a little bit snappier, which I really like. Typically with this, I'll be putting 2-round or 3-round bursts, which is my favorite setting, or if I'm trying to clear an objective, I'll put it to full auto, but it is a super mag hungry device if you put it up to there. So typically I like to keep the settings turned down to a healthy medium and not blow all my ammo, which if you guys have been watching my videos for a while, you will see how many times I reload that Rapid Strike in a Nerf war is bordering on ridiculous. Now, the style that a lot of people have put to me is tactical, which I know typically a lot of people try to stay away from it, others of us embrace it. So I am super happy to put my own cool stuff on here, like the adjustable stock, which makes it a lot more comfortable of a grip for me. My hand crests right along here on the front of the magwell, which gives me excellent aiming and ability to turn it, and a red dot sight. Is it really necessary for a Nerf blaster? Probably not, but it's cool as hell. And it actually is useful if you calibrate it to the right ranges. I mean, really, it's all guesstimation, or so I would usually say. But I gotta be honest, a blaster like this is a lot more accurate than I had originally anticipated. I've seen a lot of it on the battlefield, I've been taken out a lot by it, but to actually have one of my own, I put about 1,500 rounds through it so far at targeting, and it's really good. I'll have some firing videos of it later, and I'll be attaching some war footage. You guys will also see me have a lot of war footage utilizing this blaster for the next few months, so I hope you like it because I'm absolutely in love with it. Now, arguably one of the coolest things about the FDL2 is once you get the battery in, which is stored conveniently in the pistol grip, is turning it on. Why is turning it on so exciting? Because it just makes musical tones. Does feature the voltmeter in the back to make sure you don't overdraw your LiPo battery. Super handy. This one is running off a 35 to 70 C discharge 1500 milliamp 3S LiPo. It fits great in here. Jesse was really great to recommend a specific one that fits great in the pommel, so I bought 2 of the exact same one just so I can have a battery pack stored off the field, because if you've seen my videos, and I know I say that a lot, but if you've seen them, you know I really like that full auto feature, which is what I'm excited to show you guys here in just a minute. So my garage is a little bit of a mess right now. I'm trying to get some yard work done in this house, keep the wife happy. But yeah, other than that, everything else is pretty much here. What you see here is our SCNC 3-sided core. It is one of the cores we play in our Defend the Core game type. It is also super handy for practicing target practice. Now, I only have 11.3 charge on here because I didn't want to wait for the full time, and this is going to be a relatively short test. But this is the blaster on single fire. Super fun.
Let's put it up higher. Huh? Oh yeah, much better.
And here we have 2-round burst. That one's my favorite. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is actually the FDL2 Plus, which is going to be released commercially in the near future. And if you want to know more about that, you can go down to the description where you will see a link to Project FDL on Facebook and to his YouTube, where he talks more about the FDL2 Plus, the changes in it that I've already covered, as well as the prototype FDL2X, which is some really exciting stuff, as well as talking a little bit about what he's going to be doing at End War. To help you guys, really understand the speed of this, I have this stopwatch, which will stay on the screen, so that way if you guys really want to slow this down and double check that time is in fact, running linearly, oh my god, but no, really, to make sure that we are moving at an appropriate speed and that this footage has not been sped up, I will leave this on playing. So, here we go. And yeah. So that's the full auto feature of the FDL2 Plus utilizing a new DC pusher motor. It's a lot snappier than the one I got to play with that Jesse has, and it's, really appreciated that I get to try this out. Thankfully, tomorrow is an SCNC war in Atlanta, so I get to try this out in a war to get a better idea of the accuracy. Truthfully, shooting while stationary at a stationary target doesn't really do it for me. I want to get some good war footage. So, if you keep watching, I'll have a little bit of war footage of me making some kills with this thing, and then just stay tuned to my channel. Subscribe, please, because you'll see lots more game footage leading up to End War, as well as a couple reviews of some more projects I'm working on, and some new last-minute stuff to get if you are going to End War. Anyways, guys, this is TK1138 showing off my buddy Jesse's FDL2 Plus, and thank you very much for watching, and nerf well, my friends.